Hey, love bugs, is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, just thank you so much for the love and support. It is really truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my videos, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift. And if you feel like the videos give you just a good vibe or just uplift that you would love to share with your loved one, family, or friends, or even a fellow empath that may be going through trying times at the moment, needing spiritual guidance or needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share in social media favorites wherever you see fit. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's really appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the video I'm doing tonight is called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas. God knows that you're tired. Keep being who God has created you to be, and do it and boldly as well as fearlessly. And that is so true. I forgot where I got that quote from. I know it was about, I forgot that girl name. Shahiri, I forgot. But anyways, she was the one of the girls who got she was an Olympic runner, and I guess she got caught, like, I guess her urinalysis came out where she was smoking weed or whatever, and I guess they disqualified her on the thing, and there was somebody who left that. And I mean, when I read it, I felt chills. So I said, you know what, I gotta take that. And I apologize, I forgot the girl's name, but I didn't come up with it, put it that way. But it was giving me guidance to use that as a content subject. You know, we're all going through different things where it's just like you're trying to do it the best way you possibly can on facing, you know, everyday heaviness within your life, whether it's something that you went through in the past, something you're still juggling with or struggling with through the present, to try to create a better future for you, you know, a legacy that you want to leave for, you know, your family, as well as your, you know, wherever in the next generation is going on. You know, a lot of times that, you know, our lives are being tested in so many different ways. And sometimes it's really hard on seeing everything that you go through on a day-to-day sequence as being something that's very, you know, needed in your life, very positive, you know, seen as a blessing in disguise. And a lot of times it's really hard for you to see that when you're dealing with certain things that's really uncomfortable. And right now, it's like we're being pushed out of our comfort zone. And a lot of times it may feel like it's very unbearable. And that's what it is, because you know, if universe and God has something so much better for your life, that's preparing for your life, that you never thought you could ever just connect with, you know, you're going to be making moves that you feel like you weren't qualified for, or you didn't even think you're going to be embarking in these situations. And that's why a lot of times we feel so many different synchronicities that's going on. You deal with that self-talk. You may be, you know, speaking negatively about yourself, or you know, having negative thoughts. And those are the things where, if you know it's still touching, you know, within your feelings, these are the things where it's telling you, hey, you know, this is something that you have to work on. And those are the things that, you know, God knows that you're tired of being tired. You know, they know your struggles work better than you do. You know, but these are the things that makes you a better person. There's so many different times, you know, even after I've said something, I could be saying to myself, or where my vibration of focus goes through, or where I could be just speaking to somebody that I'm very strongly connected to. And then you think about it after you're talking, and it's just like, after you have said something, even though you may, you know, it could be about yourself. And I've done that, and where after it's been said, and it's just like, yeah, I should allow myself to make peace with that situation, even if it's not being projected out of in a negative way, but it could have been a negative impact in your life. And it's just, those are the situations, like you could be talking about something in your life, next the phone ring or the person interrupts you or something like that, is basically telling you, hey, you don't need to continue to talk about that. God knows what you've been through. Universe knows what you've been through, your ancestors and everybody else. These are the things that has taken place in your life, and just making peace with that. And I have to learn that every day. I tend to have like little tiny victories. I love that song by Christina Perry, where it's just like when you can see how you can give yourself that nudge, or congratulations, just on, like, if you got through that day without any kind of negative vibrations, or allowing yourself to stay focused on negative things that happen in your life, whether it was something you did, something somebody else did, or just the situation you're in. All the things are preparing you for something so much better. And God picked you, your ancestors has picked you to be able to discontinue what has been continuing for too long. It needs to really end in life. And those are the things, it's like, well, I see all these different things that have gone in my life, even if there wasn't truth coming out of it, or clarity, where I feel, or there is always truth in everything. And you have to understand, truth always outweighs lies. But it's just all about how you tend to focus on different things in your life, or how do you continue, are you making peace with it and being okay and leave it alone? Or you claim you're making peace with it, but you're still allowing yourself to go back to that sequence. And those are the things that God really are telling you, we got something so much better in your life. Everything that you have been facing, it may not feel fair, or it may feel like, negativity got the upper hand of everything, or it just feels like, why do I have to keep feeling these things? And a lot of times God allows things to keep going until you allow yourself to eventually let go. Or you could have, even your little victory on, if something or somebody was trying to trigger you, and you didn't allow that to take place in your life, like you didn't allow yourself to react to a lot of things that where people are expecting you to, because that's, and it's the right mind. If you really look at it the way it is, those people that were brought in your life that triggers you, they were meant for just that purpose. Either if it's like to have that love within yourself, allow yourself to, observe what's taking place in your life through your actions, through other people's actions, or just from the situations you may be placed in or currently struggling through. And those are the things, it's like, where I can look like, gosh, even though I feel like I'm just so past ready to go from certain situations, I see what kind of impact has happened in my life, that I'm not allowing myself to, dig deep on that, or just allowing myself. It's just like, you have a scar, I mean, a really bad like wound that is probably gotten, it is bad, like where it's getting infected, and you're just trying to, doctor it up so it can live. I mean, not live, but heal. And if, it'll manifest in something really bad if you keep picking at it, and keep scratching at it. But if you're allowing yourself to, keep it clean, keep it medicated or whatever, like if you got a surgery scar or something like that, you're just trying to heal it, put the ointment on there, take the medicine you're supposed to take, do all the different things, the directions on what to do, what not to do, and all those things. You have that scar, and you remember that pain you felt from that scar. But that was a reminder, this is no longer, that scar is like a battle scar of your prosperity. It's like a scar, a moment in time where it's like that mark of passage in your life, where you can say, what, yeah, I got the scar from here, and I know how it made me feel. It was like the worst situation that I ever could, ever experienced in my life. But that will allow me to be able to not look at it as something that was really bad, but just allowing myself to see how that scar, that situation, on how I got it, changed me in that way. And that's what it is. A lot of times we get aggravated when we're still dealing with a lot of things. And there's sometimes when, God knows, it's just fact is, if it's been lingering, you're still learning. It is not going to always stay that way. There's a lot of times I have to be able to remind myself, everything is strengthening you. Even when you may not feel it is, it definitely is. And as soon as I say that, the mess gave me chills. And just seeing that, it was just like, it drove me crazy to take like those 6 days off. that I took off. And it was just like, I want to start back on my videos again. And that was just telling me, Roslynn, you are so passionate about what you do. Even when you feel like it's not really being recognized like you were hoping it is you don't know how much, what is taking place, what changes has happened from you making these videos. You don't know who has listened to it, and it just inspired them to keep going. And those are the things that really, and I was talking about that in my group chat earlier, and when it was just like so much knowledge and insight. It was like, Roslynn, you going deep, your energy feel good. And it made me feel, I can even tell within the energy I'm presenting within that gap from that almost a whole week time, how I feel in all things, wherever I'm dealing with. I know it's not easy to deal with it. When you're allowing yourself to make that change within yourself, it's not going to happen overnight. But even when you allow yourself to even see you're about to go back into that low vibration, or you're allowing yourself to react towards certain situations, it's taking you right back to where you don't need to go. And it's just like, regardless on what's going on, everything is working for you. And a lot of times we react to it because we want to be able to control the situation, or we feel like we got to be heard, or we need to allow somebody to see it from our perspective. And you have to understand, there's just certain people who are just not going to see that perspective, and it is what it is, and these are the things that you have to just, let it fall for itself. What was the first video I did? It's like, change, allow your burdens and concerns to lay at the foot of God's feet. He can do far more than you could ever do in a lifespan. That he's trying to make moves for you. And it's just like, everything is not what it seems. You have to be able to allow yourself to stay focused on what is, is important. It was just like, but, that negative experience may be, that focus, but that was just like, no, you have to understand, they got a hold of that. This is that thing is giving you your strength. Anything that you're facing, and it may be a long time that you've been facing it for a long time. And God knows it can be aggravating when you have had it stretched out for so long. But this is the things that's embarking you on what was hidden for so long, and it's just like we were all ignorant towards the part of ourselves that's been laying dormant, waiting for us, waiting for that moment. Every situation that you have been facing within your life, all the, the good times, the bad times, the people that have uplifted you to the point, people have been very deceptive towards you. Those are all about your game of life, all about your book of life, the book of knowledge. You get experiences, but it also gives wisdom and knowledge you never knew you needed. Because when I look at a lot of things in my life, I know a lot of things I just don't speak on. Or there are certain times I don't even allow myself to react towards certain things, even if it may hit deep. It's just like, it ain't gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. Don't allow yourself to get mad, at certain things. Just say what you need to say, or don't even say nothing at all, or just peep. If you observing a lot of stuff and you're just like, oh, okay. Because a lot of times your response is just by you peeping it, and that was your response. Now everything needs your interaction. Now everything needs your last say. And I used to be that type of person. Like, you go tit, I go higher. You embarrass, I question your whole existence. You pop me, I'm going to knock you down. And it was at that point. But now I'm starting to choose, wisely on things. And even if there are certain things that I'm still struggling on, is bringing that to my attention on what I need to work on. And those are the things that I can really, really, truly appreciate. And it was just like, while we were all discussing it in the chat, it got real funny, and I tell people, before when I was fresh on YouTube, like, the first year and the second year, I was still learning. Shoot, I'm still learning now, but I didn't really have, chats like I used to, because I didn't know how I was going to do it. But, now I start changing it up. Like, hey, I usually allow y'all to know, sometimes if I got enough time, because the last couple of days, I've been real busy. So I haven't really had a chance to just like write out everything and then, put it in a post and tell you, hey, these are the topics. Because at times when we do chat, since we do it so frequently now, which I truly love, it can go on that topic, but a lot of times, when other people are interacting with me, it takes upon everything else. And just for the night, we were laughing and talking, shooting it, and just being able to have a good time. And that's the reason why I love doing it, because you never know what somebody's struggle is throughout that day. You never know what kind of burdens they had to face that day, or certain things that, they just really not to have escape from, but being able to bring some kind of joy or humor in your life. We all know we're all facing certain things that may make you mad, may have you confused, distracted, distraught, depleted, defeated, all those different things. And God knows that. That is not some easy task to do. That's why we have, we're merging within our shadow selves, our parallel entities, as well as our, parallel entities, as well as, spiritual reinforcements and stuff like that, to be able to help us go through this, because everything didn't start with us, but it's ending with us. And it's just like that heaviness is coming from lifetime and generation of, all wounds. And they picked you, just like, hey, we need you to fix this. We already know it's hard to explain, or it's even something to even just step foot in. And it's just for the fact is, when you allow yourself to say, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm going to heal overnight, but when I'm allowing myself to apply this towards my day-to-day basis, be able to give thanks even for the harshest days, being able to allow yourself, if you're not getting what you want, it's preparing you for what you really need. And it's going to be more than what you wanted, and even when you don't understand, you just giving thanks to God, just allowing me to come through that day. Even when I don't understand certain things, you know what you're doing. I just don't. I just have to allow myself to be guided towards that and just keep it moving, appreciating things. Because it's like, when I've seen how much I've transformed, because I used to take it personal when I used to help so many people out, and then, turn around and have people stab me in my back, or, tell them, the things the reason why I didn't allow myself to get personal with everybody, have people use that right against me just to do that. And then it was just like me having to allow myself, even when it hurt deep, you have to not allow. I had to really disassociate myself from my emotions by saying, okay, yes, that does hurt, but you have to understand this don't have nothing to do with you. And I had to remind myself a lot of times, even sometimes now, how people treat you is how they see you, but that is the reflection on how they see themselves. A lot of times things are within their own punishment. A lot of people don't know how to do that on being able to want to heal. There's some people that just feel like that's just too much, and you can't force that on anybody, but you have to be able to do it within yourself. We are making that change in life, but it has to start with us first, and it's just like, the world can be a very cruel place, but it also can be a loving place. It just depends on the actions that's being projected. And you're seeing that a lot right now. You see all the different things that's taking place in the world. It's just like, I was talking about that last week, and I got in my feelings like, why does people have to be so ugly towards each other? Why can't we all love each other regardless on our gender, our sexual interests, race, ethnicity, culture, beliefs? If everybody was all the same kind, it would be pretty boring, So it's just like being able to love each other. And it's just a lot. It's getting really heavy at this time right now. But it's just like, when you're allowing that to be your focus on what do I really need to change within my life? What am I trying to accomplish through these certain situations that I may be still struggling with, or being able to allow myself, why are these certain things that, that is out of your control and is out of your past? I mean, it's from your past, or if it has something to do with certain people that really upset you, but they're no longer in your life. You're writing down, why do these things still bother you? Why are you allowing yourself to take yourself back towards that situation? And, because God don't want us to fall back, but be able to appreciate, that turn of event of where God is right now, to be able to prepare you for something better, and it is, we rehearse our pain a lot, and not be rehearsing what God wants us to be able to do. And those are the things where it has to be that major turning point. And I try to tell myself the same thing. I need not even try. Let me allow myself to retort while I remind myself of, and these are the things that really get you stronger. Like I was saying earlier, when you have gone through the worst, and you're still, even when you don't feel like doing it, you don't even want to be here. There's a lot of times people question of even wanting to have the transition, on wanting to take their lives, and just because of the pain they felt. I've been there, but then it's just like, you have to understand there's a purpose behind that. There's more for your life than what you were struggling with. If you're here for a reason. You're going to make that, you have a purpose. You've been guided towards that. It's not easy, but it's worth it on where you're going. And when you have actually face the worst of your life, there'll be pretty much other things that you probably just giggle, or just allow yourself to, like, I'm not going to be pressed. I'm not going to be bothered. I'm going to be unbothered by whatever is coming my way that's trying to distract me. And you'll, even when you're in your sequences in your life that is really feel like it's being dragged out and dragged out and dragged out, you'll start looking at it in a different way. Because if you keep looking at it the same kind of way, you're going to just stay in that situation. Even, you don't deserve to be in that way, in any kind of situation that is just like draining you. That's unfair to you. That's unfair to your spirit, because the spirit in us, even though we know that truth, it takes that, it takes you to have to approach on the reason why certain things still has that hold on you. And these are the things that, that is taking that place in your life where, you're bold in your own essence. And a lot of times we don't see that because of the things that we face. And it's just like, that shows your strength more than anything, because when you're choosing to allow yourself to embrace what that truth is, and a lot of times it goes really deep depending on what you're going through. It's not easy, especially if that has traumatized you to where you look at the world and people all different, or you don't allow people in your personal space because of what someone else or a situation has traumatized you in that point. But this is how you're unfolding. A lot of times it takes for you to go through some very heavy trauma to rip you apart, just so you can put that solid foundation of power, magic, strength, knowledge, compassion, understanding, and just being very direct, integrating it, all shape, forms, and sizes. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I didn't think I was going to do any more videos tonight, but I said, okay, I was supposed to do these earlier, but things got wrapped up. And then we started a live chat, which I know I don't said it before, but I truly, really enjoyed that. And I know a lot of us that was in the chat, like, girl, this felt so good. And it made me feel good. And that's the reason why I love doing, the live chats a lot more than I did before. This is like when I first started doing them, I do them like once a month. Even that, it probably less than that. But now it's like, doing frequently. And it feels good when you can have interaction and just being able to connect strongly with people that can really understand your views. You're appreciating that vibration within them. They appreciate what you're bringing towards them as well. Just being able to know this is the reason why you're going through these things. This is the things that, universe is sitting for not just me to know, but for you to know as well, and it's just going to be beautiful. So, I hope everybody has a blessed, safe weekend. Let me see who I'm supposed to give a shout out to, because I almost forgot. Anthony Pleasant, much love to you. Thanks for subscribing. Breno, much love to you from down under. Braisha Coleman, welcome, and thanks for subscribing, as well as JL and Richard Dawning and Dan Jacobs. Much love to you and welcome. If you're new, please drop a line. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below, as well as my link to my Heyoka podcast that I'll also share as well. And what else was I supposed to say? Yeah, email. People been emailing me and stuff like that. If you want to discuss, anything with me on the spiritual sense or whatever, or just want to share, I always tell people you can email me, or you can get me on one of my other social media sites. Whatever we discuss is already confidential. You don't have to worry about it. What goes on there stays there. I try my best to help people. It's just to, network, just to give people a deeper understanding, or you just want to share spiritual experiences with me that you may be curious about. And I try my best to be able to answer and assist the best way I can. So I hope you have a blessed weekend. I'm going to try my best to do so. Well, I think I'm going to do my videos tomorrow. I don't know. We'll just see when I get there. But I'm going to try my best to go ahead and do chat as well. So I hope you have a blessed weekend. Be responsible and safe for everything you do. Whatever you're trying to manifest into your life, I hope it comes bigger and better than you ever imagined. It comes sooner than you did as well. And even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things really take you a long way. And I will see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.